Hello and welcome to this new part of this Endless Runner series. In this part, what we are going to learn about is killing our player and restarting the game again. At first, what we are going to do is go to our Unity editor, select the player and go to the inspector. We will add another box collider to it. What this box collider will do is it will know whether the player has touched anything or not, and it will detect any collision. It is colliding with some other game objects or not, like these obstacles in our game. And similarly, in this obstacles, what I'm going to do in both is add a polygon collider to redo them. You can always edit and make reasonable shape, but I'm going to just do this defaultly. Remember to check this is trigger. Now in obstacle, what I will do is add another script that I will call player die. What this script will be doing is when the player touches these obstacles, player will die from the scene. So at first what I'm going to do is to call inbuilt function of Unity, that is on trigger enter 2D, and I will just check if the collision is with the player by giving it by checking the tag of the game objects which collides with the obstacles, and I will just destroy the player game object. Save this script and go back to the Unity editor. Let me run this for the while. You can see this when the player touches the obstacle, it dies. And again, what we are going to do is give the user some representation that player has died. So what I'm going to do will be creating an UI element, that is canvas. And just select UI scale mode to scale that with screen size, and I will select this render mode to screen space camera, and select this main camera and drag it to the render camera. Now what I will do is create another UI element, that is text, and I will just write you have been served, because it's Momo. So you can always change these things according to yourself. You can always have these tweaking things. Let me just fast forward to it. And I will add some panel to it, just like blood spreading or heating up kind of thing, which red colors quite describes it. Let me just fast forward these things. And now when the player is dead, we want to play this game again. So what I will do is create a button. Just go to UI and button. Tweak here and there. I will just make this button in the middle. You can always scale this UI element bigger or smaller as you like. And if you want to try out some animations in this UI things, I have created some tutorials for the UI in Unity. You can always check them out. The link will be in the description below. Now after this, what I'm going to do is create a empty game object, so that when the player dies, this game object will help us help this UI element to pop up. I will just call this pop up and add a script to it, that is pop-up menu. Let me just create and open it. In the pop-up menu script, what we will do is when the player dies, we will pop up the menu, and if and player is there in game and running and jumping, we won't show the pop-up menu. So what we need is this UI game object, that is menu we created, and I will call this public game object menu, and I will check the player if the player is in the game or not. And in this start function, we will now show this menu game object, that is the UI we created. We can do this by just by adding this set active false to it, and I will check whether the player is in the game or not by just finding the game object with tag, that is our player. And in the update function, if the player is dead, what we will do is setting this game object, setting this menu game object to true. This will just pop up the menu. Let me just save this script and go back to the Unity editor. In this pop-up, drag this panel to the menu, and let's just play this game. As you can see, the player is dead and the menu is popping up, but now what we need to do is play this game again. In the same pop-up menu script, what I will do is create a play again function. And in this time, what we will use is Unity's on scene management library function, that is Unity engine.scene management. And we will just load this scene when the user will click on this player again, just by calling the scene manager library that has a function called load scene. And we will give the name of this scene that we are playing in this game. You can just see this you can just save the scene, and as you can see, we have the sample scene. This scene is named as sample scene, so we will just write this in this quotation mark. And let me just save the script and run this on Unity editor. In the button, what we are going to do is create an event on this on click, drag this pop-up or game object to it. Just let me do this public so that we can access this function on the Unity editor. Let me select this pop-up menu and play again. Let me play this game. And now when the player dies and when we click this play again button, it is working out. So this much for this tutorial. Hope you like this tutorial series and learning something from it. So thank you.